So in today's lecture, my friends, we are going to discuss the two things. As yesterday we had already discussed about the two things about drama, the illusion of reality, and seeing a play on stage, and we talked some part of drama and ritual also yesterday. So today we are going to talk about the most interesting aspect of understanding drama. As we know it very well, that drama is actually a type of activity which has to be performed on the stage. If there is no performance, then the genre of drama seems to be incomplete in itself. So we are expecting somehow the performances of the plays written, and that's why it is a different kind of literary genre as compared to the rest of the genres of literature. When we are talking about the performance aspect of drama, drama is always interpreted in various ways. One, when the playwright or dramatist writes a play, he is having his own point of view, he is having his own perception about writing of drama. Then the actors and the performing team which performs drama on the stage, they interpret it in their own way, and all these members of performance team under the leadership of, in modern sense, director, they interpret drama in different way. And that's why it is very much interesting and important to note, my friends, that interpretation of drama occurs at various levels. And the third, readers like us, who instead of watching the performance, we try to read it and imagine all the things all together. When we see the performance, what happens? I have discussed it yesterday. In the last part of this lecture, we are going to talk about reading a play. When we read a drama, when we read a play, how we read it, how we interpret it, how we find it comfortable when reading that particular play. Now, if you try to understand this part very carefully, that when drama needs to be performed on the stage, as this activity is not meant for reading, please understand this fact, that this activity is not meant for reading. You have to simply note very important point when we talk about drama, that this activity is not meant for reading. It is performance. And when it is a performance, in that performance, what is expected is the space, performing space. And this performing space always played a crucial role in writing of drama. You cannot ignore it. Pointing out that, okay, we are the students of literature and we are supposed to read the drama, and that's why we are not interested in understanding how this performing space, which is called as theater, what this theater used to do and why we should think about theater. It is a very common misunderstanding amongst most of the readers of drama, that they are not interested in understanding that in what circumstances this dramatist has written that particular drama, and when this dramatist has written that particular drama, to which theater he belongs to. And please understand this fact, my friends, as we are the students of literature, as we are the students of literature which deals with human feelings and emotions and understanding. Every performing art depends on its space. A painter who is trying to make a painting, what kind of canvas he is using, he develops, he projects, he portrays his painting according to the canvas that is available for him. A singer who is singing a song, he belongs to particular school. And in front of some audience, which kind of audience he is singing, he carries that kind of, you can say, rhythm and melody into it. So every performing art depends upon the space of performance. Similarly, drama is also related with performing art, although we are taking one part out of it for our studies in a book form. But basically, drama is related with performing arts. It is part of performing arts, and the space where it is performed is called as theater. As we have discussed in the very beginning of our lectures, that drama means to see. That is a Greek word. Etymologically, it is a Greek term. And drama means to see. What you see, for seeing something, you require the thing to happen at one particular place. And for drama, this particular place is called as theater. Now, why I'm saying that theater is most important for us to understand, although we are not dealing with theaters separately. It is another area of study that we need to study theater also. There is one paper in UGC's list, and the paper is literature and theater. So we have to understand the relationship of theater and drama altogether. What is its relationship? If you understand the relationship, then it will be easy for you to understand the style of writing that every dramatist carries with himself. Now, as I said to you yesterday while talking about all those things, when we go for the Greek literature, we will talk about Greek drama, and at that time I will add something very important for you about Greek drama. But let us understand, when this drama was performed on the stage, this theater, or we can say different kinds of theater, making demands on actors and audiences. It is a relationship between actor and audiences developed through the text that we are going to study in further. Now, how this performing space is related with our studies? A very common question, a very common query that can be in our minds, that, sir, how it is related with our studies? What are we supposed to do with understanding of theater? Now, why theater is important? Because theater is important because the actors are going to perform that particular drama. As I said, drama is to be interpreted at various levels by various people: the playwright himself, the team, performance team, the actors, the director, and then the audience and readers. Everybody is having its own point of view. And if this point of view, if you are able to understand this point of view, then you are able to understand how this drama is closely related with and why the theater is most important. Now, there is a kind of intimacy that takes place between the actor and the audience, because what the playwright wants to say, it is being conveyed through the actors who are performing the role of the different characters into a play. Now there is a close relationship between these two people, actors and audiences. And theatre is the space where these actors and audiences are getting close together. Now if you see the Greek arena stage theatre, I'll try to show you that Greek theatre, and you will find out that this Greek theatre, which I am going to share with you, it will surely show you that how this Greek theatre is becoming a very important as it is. I think I have not shared it. I'll share it. Wait a minute. Now if you see, are you able to see it? Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Now if you see this theatre, this is a basically Greek theatre. And this is the cursor which I'm moving. These are the rows where the audience used to sit. And this is the place where most of the characters used to stand. They will enter from this side. They will enter from that pillars you can see into that particular picture. And in the picture you will find out some 4 or 5 persons are standing there. And in front of them there is semicircular space. Now here in this semicircular space there is going to be a chorus. And we talk about chorus and the role of chorus when we talk about Greek drama. Now if you look at this picture, you will find out the major characters of that particular play. They are not getting close to the audience. But the chorus standing in the semicircular space, this chorus is having a close intimacy between the audiences and these actors. Now if you look at this Greek theatre very carefully, the players come close to the first rows of seats. They come very close to the first row of the seats. And the acoustic, the system as it is, as you can see, it is semicircular. It is covered, almost open to the sky, but it is almost covered. Now when these people, they used to speak, it is having such a high quality acoustics that their sound will reach to the last person sitting in the top row. And you'll find out the person who is sitting in the top row can able to see that particular whispering sound of the player or the actor that he is uttering there. Now, the Greek theatre also imparted a sense of, you can say, formality to the occasion of drama, because you have to sit in a very particular way and you have to watch certain thing that is going on very perfectly in front of your eyes. One thing is sure, it is symmetry and semicircularity that is relatively accompanied with the way that the dramatist or the playwright used to write a play. As I said to you in yesterday's lecture, that the language that is being used in Greek drama, there are two, when we talk about it, I'll talk it in detail, but there are two specific qualities of Greek drama. One is chorus and second is mask. Why chorus? Because the chorus will stand into that semicircular space which is open there. You'll find only one person is standing into that semicircular space. And if you see that when the chorus is uttering certain things. Why this chorus appears in Greek drama? Why not in today's drama the chorus is coming? Because of its performance space. Because the audience are sitting in a large number. Some audience are sitting at the top of the gallery, so they will not able to understand. The sound will not reach there. Okay, today you have a very ultra modern sound system which can reach to each and every person, but at that time it was impossible. So this chorus will sing the whole incidents in a loud voice, so that it will reach to the last person listening to it. And that's why you will find out chorus plays a crucial role in Greek drama. Yesterday I have shown you the masks. Why the masks are used? Because the masks will show to the person, because mask is having a bright color and a loud facial expressions carved on that particular mask. That makes the audience to understand what kind of the character belongs to, what is the characteristics of, what are the features of this particular characters. And that's why they used to wear mask. After wearing a mask, when you speak something, your sound will not come loudly out of your mouth. It is not audible to everyone if you are wearing a mask. Now you are experiencing this nowadays. So the chorus will sing after this, or the actor will speak. The chorus will sing that particular mask. Chorus will sing that particular dialogue, that particular situation, so that the audience, they are able to understand it. Now each section of the theater was given over to specific families. You'll find out there are specific marks, that there are specific areas. So those areas are given to the families, and the less desirable areas of sitting area were devoted to the travelers and strangers to the town. At the back of that particular theater, if you see very carefully, at the top of that particular sitting arrangement, the strangers or travelers, they used to sit. Very interesting thing, that everyone who enters into the Greek theater knows its own place where to sit. They used to understand their own space, their own place, that where they are going to sit. And it is, as I said, a regular community activity. It is not an activity to be made compulsory for getting money, as you find it today. It is a professional activity today. And when it's a professional activity today, what happens? You are expecting money. But it was, in Greek period, it was not professional activity. Although it was performed by professional artists who used to earn money, but this was not paid by the audiences. As today we used to pay the money. In Greek period, audiences were never paying any sort of money for watching any performance. It is a community service, and state will provide the financial assistance to the performing teams. So it is very much interesting to understand that this kind of a belongingness between the performing teams and the audiences. After the Greek drama, if you move further and watch out the medieval theater, the medieval theater also gave its audience a sense of community. The same idea of sense of community carried forward in medieval theater also. Because medieval theater, it used to perform in the area which is called as mansion, M-A-N-S-I-O-N. In Greek, it was called as arena, A-R-E-N-A. In medieval, it is called as mansion, M-A-N-S-I-O-N. It was called as mansion. Sometimes it is inside the church, sometimes it is outside of the church. When it is used on a wagon. It is wheeled, and the performance takes place in a procession. And on the streets, the people used to watch that particular performance. I have one picture of this particular I can say liturgical, or you can say the drama, which is part of on the mansion. Now if you see it, I think it is not shared. Now if you see this very carefully, my friends, this is the wagon which has been pulled by the horses, and some people are pushing that wagon, and the performance used to take place at the top. Now this is a kind of theater which is trying to show the same sort of repeatedness, same cycles of the plays that used to perform again and again. And this repetition of performances used to show the stability of the community. That community is stable, sitting at one place, but the performance is taking place on the street. Again, the next wagon will come, it will carry forward the same thing, so that the people can able to watch it very categorically, carefully, and understand what is going on there. So in medieval theatre, it is called as mansion. It is on wagon wheeled, and these wagons, they are in the processions, and people used to watch that. Now, this drama, which has been performed there, was integrated with their religion, because it was performed either inside the church or outside the church on these wagons. So this is somehow related with, this is integrated with religion, and it helped them means both the actors and the audiences, to express their sense of belongingness to the church and the community. How a close relationship between the church and community can take place. The best example was the medieval theatre. You can watch out in the medieval theatre that the actors and the audiences, they are showing their belongingness to the church, belongingness to their religion. And this is the high time that in religion plays a crucial role in understanding of this particular genre. Now in some medieval performances, my friends, in some of the medieval performances, the audience sometimes used to come, the actors used to come outside of this stage and can enter into the audiences. If you want to, in today's today's period, you will find out some rallies. The cultural rallies used to pass on, and some character will enter into the audience. And why the character is entering into the audience, why this actor is entering into the audience? Because it wants to show that there is a sort of because when you perform something, when it is a drama, when it has been performed on the stage, there is a sense of separation, that the actors are separated from the audiences. So to break this sense of separation, to break this sense of or illusion of separation, that we are separated, because we are the actors, you are the audience, and this is a kind of separation line between us, which was very you can say very categorically followed in proscenium theatre, in today's theatre, that there is a line of separation between audience and actor. So to break this particular line, the actor enter, or the character used to enter in the audience, and amongst the audience, from the audience he used to speak to rest of the characters of the play. This was the medieval. Please understand, this medieval drama, although it was performed somewhere between 9th and 10th century, my friends, this is having used in postmodern period also. In postmodern period, you will find out this kind of drama was used. And that's why it is very much interesting and important for us to understand that modern audiences also responded very well to the productions of medieval plays that perform today also in America. Very important names of these plays, as we have to understand it. The Second Shepherd's Pageant, that is one of the medieval play. The Second Shepherd's Pageant, or Noah's Flood, and Everyman. These are the three medieval plays which are very important, and these plays are still performed today. And medieval drama, they used to show a kind of proximity between religion and drama. They want to show that how religion can make, or religion can be understood while watching drama. And that's why you will find out, my friends, that drama is one of the most interesting activity that we find it in our understanding. Now, the second, then comes the third important, you can say, third important category and third important theater is the Elizabethan theater. Now, if you look at the Elizabethan theater, I'll try to share the screen of Elizabethan theater so that you can able to watch Elizabethan theater and can able to understand it very comfortably and carefully. Now, if you see, this is Elizabethan theater. This is a cut of Elizabethan theater so that you can watch the things of inside. Please respond.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, because in between, I think I lost your voice. In between, please give me the response. Otherwise, I am not able to understand whether you are listening or not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, better. So this is how I think you have not seen Elizabethan theater. Elizabethan stage, have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
So if you see Elizabethan stage, now you will find out a complete different kind of stage here in Elizabethan period. Now the Elizabethan playhouse, if you see it very carefully, my friends, this Elizabethan theater was a wooden structure. If you look at it very carefully, that I am showing it to you on the screen, the Elizabethan playhouse was a wooden structure providing an enclosed space approximately 72 feet in diameter around a courtyard open to the sky. If you look at it, the courtyard is open to the sky. A covered stage thrust into the courtyard. As in Greek theatre, you have seen that the audience was arranged somewhat, I said, in a social way. According to their social structure, they used to sit. Similarly, in Elizabethan stage, which was about 5 feet off the ground, above the ground, and it stood the groundlings, those who pay very less, they used to sit on the ground, and they have to keep their neck up to see what is happening on the stage. Then the covered galleries, if you see very carefully, people are also sitting in the covered galleries. Those covered galleries in the building was meant for the patrons who paid extra for the seat. Now the effect of the enclosed structure was of a small contained world. It is a small world if you see it very carefully. And actors were very much in habit of speaking directly to the members of the audience. And that's why you will find out soliloquy and aside, these kinds of different categories of dialogues are part of Elizabethan drama. Aside and soliloquy are majorly used by Elizabethan dramatists. Why? Because the performing space is a small one and it contains its own structure. And that's why we need to understand this important fact, my friend. Excuse me. You can watch that particular thing very carefully. So if you see it very carefully, that the Elizabethan theatre, they are trying to create a sort of intimacy between the actors and audience with their involvements. Because when you talk in a form of soliloquy, when we come to soliloquy, what it means by soliloquy means what is happening in your heart, what you are thinking about. You are sharing this with the audiences. You are making audiences part of your whole action. And that's why you will find out this particular Elizabethan theatre has a different kind of writings at that time. Now, if you look at the fourth kind of theatre which we are witnessing today is nothing but the proscenium theatre, which is called a today's theatre, which is called a today's, you can say, performing space. And if you see this today's performance space, you will able to understand this, that this today's performance space, which is called as proscenium. Please understand, every stage, as I given you the names of every stage. The Greek theatre is called as an arena stage. The medieval theatre is called as mansions. Then we will have an Elizabethan theatre, which is of wooden stage, wooden structure, and then we will have this proscenium stage. Now, if you see, this is how today's proscenium stage is. If you visit any proscenium stage, which is developed in 19th and 20th century, it makes a kind of distance between audience and actor. And there is a difference between audience and actor. And the distance between audience and actor give a clear-cut frame. And that frame is called as proscenium. Proscenium. That is called as proscenium. And this proscenium, into this particular arch, this is an arch. Inside the arch, the actors were performing all the scenes and the whole drama. Now the detachment between the actor and the audiences, that was especially effective for plays that demanded high degree of realism. It demanded high degree of realism, and the proscenium gives a kind of, you can say, experience to the audience that they are the silent observer of all the things. They are the silent observers. They are observing each and everything. Silent observers. They are looking as if through an imaginary fourth wall. It is called as a fourth wall. And it seems that they are watching all the things that is happening inside their house. They are peeping into their house, entering into their house, silently watching what is happening inside. And this fourth wall only of a living room, which is an intimate space of every family. The actors are performing in their own world. The actors now in modern drama, actors performing on the proscenium stage, they are unaware of the audience. There is no intimacy, there is no closeness, there is no close affiliation between actors and audience, as the kind of affiliation you will find out in Greek theatre, a kind of affiliation you will find out in medieval theatre, a kind of affiliation you will find out in Elizabethan theatre. In proscenium theatre, you will not find this kind of close intimacy between the actors and the audiences. Now in 20th century, my friends, if you look at the 20th century, you will find out that some virtues of Greek arena theatre, or you can say theatre in round, were rediscovered in 20th century. And in an effort to close the difference between, or the distance between the audience and the actors, the very famous French director, French theorist Antonin Artaud, that is Antonin Artaud, the very famous director, he developed this idea in 1930s and 20s and 30s, a concept which he called it as theatre of cruelty, where he is breaking the wall and trying to once again rediscover the arena, rediscover the theatre in round. Now, Antonin Artaud, when he talked about theatre of cruelty, this theatre of cruelty, my friends, he wants to rob the comfort of the audience. He thinks that audience are feeling very comfortable in 20th century. So he wants to snatch the comfort of the audience, and he is pressing the audience to enter into the actor's place and to see that what the actors will feel at that time. His purpose in Theatre of Cruelty was to make the audience to come out of the darkness in which they are sitting. And that's why you will find out he developed, once again rediscovered the round theatre, not semicircular. It is complete circular theatre Antonin Artaud developed in 1920s and 30s. Then in 30, 40, you will find out 50, in the then Soviet Union or America or in Britain, you will find out a kind of round theatre was developed. In modern period, you will find out in 21st century today, the theatre was very eclectic. It is combination of arena, proscenium, round theatre, Elizabethan theatre, and it almost converts all the space into a meta-theatrical space. And that's why you will find out, my friends, the whole idea of theatre, which is one of the most prominent aspect in understanding of drama, always tries to make a relationship between the audiences and the actors, so that what the playwright, so that what the dramatist wants to share, it can shared very easily with them. Now this is how you will find out that the whole idea of performance used to take place. Now, as a students of literature, as a students of drama, when we are reading a play, this reading a play is a different experience from seeing it performed on the stage. For one thing, readers do not have the benefit of interpretation made by the directors or interpretations made by the actors and the scenic designers, because you have to imagine, we are not watching it on the stage. So you are simply looking at the things, imagining all those things. So you cannot have the perceptions of all these different people all together, because these interpretations made by the actors, directors, or scenic designers, they used to give a kind of meaning to the play which will be easily understood by the audiences. But while reading the play, we are not getting all these experiences. That's why we have to find out the meaning on our own. A readers or a reading of a play produces an interpretation that remains in our head and is not translated on the stage. You cannot able to translate what is happening on in your mind on the stage. And that's why the dramatic effect of the staging is lost. And we have to visualize everything. So while reading a play, one should keep in mind always the period, the conventions of staging, the theater, all these things which are appropriate to understand that drama. Please remember these things, my friend. When you're reading a play, you need to understand these 3-4 things. Some plays were prepared by their authors for reading as well as for staging. As you will find out a sort of detailed information about what are the things that are kept on the stage that is given by the playwright in modern drama. And that's how you will be able to find out that what kind of colors the character have, what kind of motive this character have, how costume the character, what sort of costume this character is wearing, how the character is moving from one place to another. Everything is minutely explained to us if you watch it in modern plays that we are reading. Either a play written by George Bernard Shaw, play written by Henrik Ibsen, play written by Tennessee Williams. You will find out everything, because in 20th century, the plays, the dramas started to publish in the form of books to the audiences, to the people to read. And the readers started to read drama, and that's why they started to mention everything minutely. And that's why Every act of reading silently or speaking the lines aloud is an act of interpretation. So we try to interpret everything. Whatever things are coming to us, we try to interpret all those things to our audiences. And that's why reading a play is having some different, you can say, understanding of drama. And that is what we are going to do it. And we are going to understand it in that way. So friends, tomorrow we are going to start with the different ages of drama. I hope that with some technical errors, we are able to reach to each other. So please ask your friends to join the lectures regularly so that we can able to finish it as early as possible. Thank you very much, friend. We'll meet tomorrow at 11:30. Thank you.